Event of the year.
Celebrate and just have a great time. That's what today is all about. Today is our annual community day.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:01 a.m. and you are watching Good Morning, Aurora and our newest feature and program, Living in Aurora. You may have seen some of that verbiage and different changes and things, including the Neighbor Project logo and link with some of our interviews and episodes on Thursdays. That's because the Neighbor Project is proud to bring together the community, showcase resources, highlight our programs and activities. It would also give folks the ability to connect with us about home ownership. Today, my guest host is David Blancas.
Morning, Curtis. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Excited to be here.
Absolutely. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Woke up to a nice chilly morning. I love fall.
Right.
Just these crispy mornings. It feels good when you breathe it in.
Right. Absolutely. So as we get started too, as well, you are the COO of the Neighbor Project.
Yes. So that's my short title, right? Because everyone knows what a COO is. But the actual title is the Chief Equity and Operating Officer.
Okay. Awesome. And thank you very much for being here. As you know, we started this to showcase what we do, our programs, our resources, our services for the people here of Aurora. Doing this on Thursdays, but we're able to be connected for the folks 24/7 anytime they need us. So just want to plug that in for people. We're going to talk about two things today. David and I are going to talk about our why, what brought us both to the Neighbor Project, what we do for the Neighbor Project specifically. He just broke down his title. And we're also going to tell you about the growth, impact, and opportunity that the Neighbor Project has right now and continues to have in the future. And then we're also going to talk about the recent networking breakfast that we had at Society 57. We'll start with our why, David. I'll go first. One of the things that I've shared on this program and for folks who know me in person is that, I grew up in a community that didn't have a Neighbor Project. It didn't have the ability to teach homeowners, prospective homeowners, or current homeowners about things that they can do to not just live in their neighborhood, not just exist, but to live and thrive. So my why, I started off as a volunteer with Neighbor Project. My why has always been my ability to teach the people who I know seek the information, want the information, but are reluctant to get it or don't believe. They're not familiar with the language of waivers and eligibility requirements and things like that. I've been blessed to make that easy for folks and help them achieve that, that standard. Keep going, keep moving up. What about yourself? What is your why?
First, before I move into that, you have a gift, Curtis, right? To be able to connect with people, be able to engage with them, and me, myself, I'm an introvert, right? And not many people believe that. So the fact that you're able to just go up to people and immediately make a connection, a very deep connection, just like that, it's powerful. So we're happy that you're with the Neighbor Project. We're happy that you're doing Good Morning Aurora, just everything that you're doing for this community. So
appreciate it, man.
Amazing. So my why. Neighbor Project, right? We're helping renters become homeowners. And that to me is very powerful. I think back to pivotal moments in my life, and there's many, but there are some that really stick out, that really changed the trajectory of my life. And one of them is when my parents became homeowners. I know when that happened, I was able to go to college. We finally had stability. I was raised in Chicago. Was there from 2 years old to about 12, 13 years old. My family of five, my two siblings, my mom and dad, we lived in a one-bedroom apartment, right? Family of five, one bedroom. Not a lot of space. My dad had to work tirelessly to be able to even afford the apartment, because Chicago was expensive, right? Especially being immigrants. It wasn't until my parents decided, hey, we need something better, right? Chicago in the 90s, tough time. and they wanted something better for me, for my brother, for my sister, for themselves, right? For all of us. And so they put their pride aside. They went and moved in with my grandma in their basement. We did that for about a year, year and a half here in Aurora, actually. Again, another 1-bedroom space type of thing. But during that time, my grandma was able to charge them very little rent,
Right.
which helped them save, because in Chicago they never missed the rent. They paid all their bills. Like that's a story about like immigrants, working families, all of that we never miss payments.
Right.
But to be able to save, that was difficult. That was a challenge.
Right.
But now that we were staying with my grandma, charging very little rent, my family was able to finally save. My dad was able to find a better paying job, which helped tremendously. And after a year and a half, about 2 years, they were able to find a house.
Right.
And then I had an uncle stepped in, right? And he said, hey, here's some down payment assistance for you, right? Pay me back when you can. And we were able to afford a house that I can only dream of in a neighborhood that I only saw in the movies,
Right.
type of thing, right? And that was beautiful because now I finally had my own room. My sister, my brother, like they had their own rooms. My parents had a backyard that they can just renovate and all of that. And when we talk about stability, when we talk about self-efficacy, when we talk about self-esteem, just when we bought that house and moved in, like you can just, the demeanor in my family completely changed.
Right.
Hope, right?
Right.
We were always hopeful, but now it's like this is
tangible.
It's
You can
tangible.
feel it.
Yes,
Yep,
like
absolutely.
that's honestly the word for it.
Yep.
Right. And then I think about the neighbor project, right? Because again, just like you, I didn't have a neighbor project. My
Right.
neighborhood, like this was family members coming together to try to uplift one another
Right.
in whichever way possible. And so I bought my own house here, and that's the other thing, right? You talk about statistics that children are more likely to graduate high school if they have a stable home life.
Right.
Kids are more likely to attend college, more likely to become homeowners themselves. So I became a homeowner here in Aurora, right? Beautiful house on the west side. And Rick Guzman, our executive director for the Neighbor Project, he found out I moved back, in typical Rick fashion, wined and dined, right? And said, David,
He's
we
good at
want
that.
you. Yeah, he's amazing. He's another one that's able to like create relations, right?
Yeah.
But he told me about the Neighbor Project. And as he was telling me specifically about the Breakthrough Rental Program and how they're really helping working families become homeowners, all I can think about was my story.
Right.
Right? It's like you are doing exactly what my family did,
Absolutely.
but with resources, with structure, and not just like one family benefit. Like they're coming up with a systemic solution for a systemic problem.
Right.
Right. And that to me was like, this is a no-brainer. I have to join the Neighbor Project. I have to be a part of this.
Very recently, we did a short meet and greet event at one of our newest properties, the View Street property. 2 months before that happened just recently, but 2 months before that, Miguel, one of our other colleagues, I was with him shadowing, meeting the new families in the building we acquired. We had a tenant move in, and we gave her the keys, and her son said, Mom, I got my own room. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. The feeling of a family getting something or achieving or moving up that next ladder, that next rung in the ladder, it really does feel good. So to be, I've been an employee for the Neighbor Project for some years now, but that was as brand new as hearing your story and also remembering in my own life when I got my own first room too. It's a big thing. It's
beautiful.
a big thing. 9:09 is the time. I think it is for those folks who are also interested in what we do. Our mission statement also are about, including breakdowns and descriptions of all of the Neighbor Project staff, can be found at our website, www.neighborproject.us. Another part of the why for me is that, I've been, and I'm glad that Neighbor Project has sponsored not only this segment, but many Good Morning Aurora activities and different things in the community. It's been a long time, man, since I've been sitting here and doing this. But the power of this program and you is that I would leave this program talking about Neighbor Project and go to an event with the shirt on. That, for me, has always put a smile on my face because I've always felt like I'm still living my why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still living my why. I'm still able to be their representation at Prisco Center or District 131, whatever the case may be. We're going to get into, it's 9:10 right now. We're going to start getting into the networking breakfast, but another question for you about your why.
Mm-hmm.
What has been a penny drop moment for you being in leadership at the Neighbor Project? What's been a moment where you've been like, you know what, I got it before, but here's why I'm clocking in every day?
A penny drop moment. Right? Being an immigrant, immediately I was like, what does that mean, penny drop? Right? It's all these idioms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, that is my penny drop.
Okay.
Right? I was born in Mexico and all of that. And just hearing these phrases where I don't understand this. Yes, raised here in the United States, raised in Chicago, now living in Aurora. But it's always these little things of like, I know a lot, but there's still little moments here and there where I don't know this. This is something about the U.S. culture. This is a U.S. phrase.
Right.
And we receive a lot of people coming into the Neighbor Project that have those moments.
Right.
Right. And it's not just idioms, right? It's the technical language.
Right.
Where it's like, I don't know this.
Yep.
Right. Buying a house should be easy. Going through the system should be easy.
Right.
But it's not.
Right.
It's very difficult. Right. And that's just for the average person. They come in, I don't understand this.
Right.
And then when they speak with our HUD counselors, with our financial counselors, and we are able to break these technical terms like this process in a very simplified way where anyone can understand. It's one of those like, all right, I thought this was just a pipe dream. This is a reality.
Right.
I can make just when what you said about the kid that finally was like, I have my own room.
Oh yeah.
Right. When it becomes tangible, is that whole thing of like, when hope can become a reality, and you see that switch in people's faces.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That is so powerful.
It is powerful. I was sharing I'll share it too. I was having a vulnerable moment with a friend of ours, Aaron Rodriguez, and I was telling him, about just doing different things and watching, like tracking my credit score and seeing it go up.
Mm-hmm.
Actual, real, tangible results showing an increase. That was powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That was really powerful, and just listening to good advice, listening to people who work in our network and, liaison colleagues of ours in different places, FNBO. And again, when that light goes on in your head and you see that you do have the ability, it can happen for you. It's very powerful. 9:13 is the time. If you are just joining us, good morning to you. You are watching Living in Aurora. This is our new program connecting the viewers and listeners of Aurora with Neighbor Project services in a much more robust and complete fashion. I know you guys are thinking, Curtis, we've been hearing you talk about Neighbor Project for 5 years now. We know you work at 32 South Broadway, and we know the number is 630-906-9400. I know you know. But we want to do this with David Blancas as our guest host on these third Wednesdays. We recently had the networking breakfast, which was at Society 57. 9:14 is the time. That was a great event. Some folks have been to our other events like Bridge Bash, and then also working with the Paramount for $1 Million Quartet. Let's talk about the networking breakfast. I'll give you, pass the mic to you and tell us about that event, what you saw and learned, and your participation in it.
That event was, when I reflect back on it, it was just very powerful, very impactful. One thing about me is I am very community oriented. I am very about being able to provide resources that will uplift the community, empower the community. And when there are systems in place that create barriers, right, to me it's like, how can we tackle that system down?
Right.
And not come up with a Band-Aid solution whatsoever. It's how can we come up with a solution that will address the systemic barrier?
Right.
And again, the Neighbor Project is doing that, right? We have a systemic solution that will address a systemic. It's not a Band-Aid. It is a systemic solution.
Absolutely.
And so we know that. The employees at the Neighbor Project know that. But the whole thing is like, we haven't been able to communicate that very effectively.
Right.
So when people think about the Neighbor Project, oh, you have financial counseling. Oh, you provide units where tenants can live. You have affordable. Like, yes, but that's not like our message, right? Like, that's not what we're trying to do. That networking event that we had October 1st, right, about a month ago, it was to reintroduce ourselves, reintroduce our message so that it's clear, it's concise. So when people think about the Neighbor Project, they know exactly what we do. And that is helping renters become homeowners. Right? Because when families thrive, communities flourish.
That's right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
That is it. Yeah. And that was the whole purpose of that community, that networking breakfast that we had. We just went through a rebrand. Visit our website, right? neighborproject.us, and you'll see that we have new images. Our wording is a lot more clear, a lot more concise, more impactful stories, right? Real stories. Stories that reflect our communities. And so when I walked into that breakfast, I wasn't sure who I was going to see. I wasn't even sure if we were going to have a lot of people, right? Networking at 8 a.m. A weekday, it's tough to do that, especially for a small nonprofit. The room was sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Standing room only. You were there. Curtis was the MC. He did a phenomenal job.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep.
Standing room only at that point. And it was a great mixture of people, right? We had City of Aurora officials. Yep. We have our alder women, our alder men, alder persons, like there. But we also had just community members that were, hey, I want to know what this is. Let me come in. We had people that from Chicago, right, far from Aurora, came to this, was like, I heard about the Neighbor Project. This is interesting. I want to learn more. So the diversity of the audience in that room was just beautiful to see.
We really did have a proud moment. There was another great moment where one of our tenants came to the networking breakfast. I was very proud of that. It made me feel good to show that our message resonates with growth everywhere, from our city leadership to our tenants all together. So that really felt good. Society 57 were gracious hosts as well for this event. It was very good. Ruland's Catering, thank you very much as well. Our board was represented there too as well. Viviana Vargas was there. She'll be on our Spanish version, Buenos Dias, Aurora, this morning right after this program. But another thing that made me feel special was 8th Ward Alderwoman Patty Smith came up to me and she says, hey, this is a great event. Wow, you guys have been doing so much. We got to get coffee and talk about it. Like, man, there wasn't enough time there to talk about the work the organization does. And kudos to Rick Guzman, our executive director, and also Sarah Brado, the director of donor engagement, for spearheading that event. It was awesome.
Yeah, Sarah, I can't speak enough about Sarah. She, what she did with this event, with all our events, with our donor engagement, has just elevated the Neighbor Project to a next level. To be able to communicate our message a lot more clearly, it's just been amazing. and hopefully we can have her in Good Morning Aurora to speak about what she's doing. I know right now she's in the middle of planning our December campaign, right? And we're going to kick that off with Giving Tuesday.
Yep.
But she's been doing amazing. And because of that networking breakfast, because of the clarity of our message, we've been able to engage longtime donors that kind of fell off a little bit.
Right.
We were able to engage new donors,
right,
which is amazing to see, right? And so if for any of you watching today, if you feel that what the Neighbor Project is doing, if that resonates with you, if you feel that what we're doing is powerful, impactful, I mean, please speak with Curtis, speak with myself, and let's find out a way on how you can engage with us and help us with this systemic solution to a systemic problem.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. From donating to volunteer opportunities, there's a lot of ways to get involved with the Neighbor Project. So in the description of this video, the Neighbor Project website will be there as well. Peruse the website, see how you can get involved, check out the events and different things that are coming up. We're planning a whole lot of stuff, even as we get into the end of the year here. And again, feel free to send a message about anything that you have a question about. We work with our partners and different networks in the city of Aurora, everyone from the Community Foundation, the Fox River Valley to FNBO, First National Bank of Omaha, right in downtown Aurora. We have the Customer Service Center at 22 North Highland Avenue. That's New York and Highland. And we've got so many great things coming.
We do. And before the segment ends, right, I do want to say is we meet any individual, any family on their home ownership journey. We meet them exactly where they're at, right? So if you're thinking about home ownership is maybe 3 or 4 years down the line, come see us. We have our financial empowerment center, our financial counselors that can start guiding you financially, right? Start giving you advice on how to prepare for that. If you're ready to buy a house now, come see us.
Absolutely.
Right? We have our HUD certified counselors that can help you create your home buying team if you don't have one just yet. And just recently, right, our HUD counselors have been able to acquire anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 in down payment assistance for our clients. Like, we're starting to really get more down payment assistance. Does it happen for everyone? No. Right? For some, it's less. But there is down payment assistance available. So for those of you that are sitting down and you're like, I don't know if I can afford this, I can't get a down payment, come see us. Let's look at what is available.
Right.
And then the other thing, right? Yes, we want you to become homeowners, but we want you to be able to stay in your home.
Right.
We want you to be able to build a house, build an environment for your family that's everlasting. So if for some reason you buy a house and there's some essential home repairs that you need but you can't afford, come see us, right? We do have some resources available that we can explore together. So our home repair program, we do have those resources. Or if for some reason you or someone you know, you're in the process or might end up in foreclosure proceedings for whatever reason, come see us also.
Right.
We're trained in that, right? We can come up with a solution or help guide you to a solution that's best for your situation. But yes, main priority is helping renters become homeowners, but it doesn't stop there. Right? You need to stay in your house. You need to invest in your house so you can invest in your community and help your community flourish. So please come see the Neighbor Project on whatever your home ownership journey is, because we will meet you exactly where you're at.
Absolutely. At the Networking Breakfast, we also shared 3 videos. Those videos are on our website and also on our YouTube channel as well. Those videos can give you a very clear glimpse into what the Neighbor Project does with individual families and stories. One of the stories of which is the story of Uni, who is on the Neighbor Project board. So again, these are local stories, but the impact is very wide. And when you're dealing with the Neighbor Project, we really do take the care. We lead with empathy, but we also do our very best to make sure that we meet everyone, as David said, where they're at. So if you did not attend the networking breakfast, it's all right. We're going to have some more, but the videos and the content that we shared at that breakfast can be found on our social media, our YouTube channel. YouTube channel as well. Yep. All right, 9:24 is the time. As we start to land this airplane, what's next? We got the Santa event that we're planning for as well. We got a couple of things on the horizon. Is there anything that we can share with the folks
of course.
Before next week?
Yes, of course. So we do have the Santa event coming up. I believe that is the Saturday right after Thanksgiving.
Right.
November 29th, I want to say, right? Hopefully I'm correct with the date. But yeah, that is the Pictures with Santa. It'll be at the Prisco Center. It's usually anywhere between 1 p.m., 3 p.m., like around that time. Free for all families. So come on in. Sometimes we'll have toys to give away for the young ones. But yeah, Santa will be there. You can get your picture with Santa. And there'll be some resources as well. So that's coming up for sure. It's one of our bigger events. I know our Financial Empowerment Center, they're hosting a vision board workshop.
That's right, yep.
Right, so that's coming up. I don't have the exact dates on hand, but that is on our website. It's on our social media. And so that's also a beautiful event. When we talk about putting your thoughts on paper and all of that, making your vision become a reality, that's what this vision board is. So yeah, if you're interested in that, come visit us, see our website for more details. And then lastly, as I mentioned earlier, we have our campaign that's happening in December.
Yes.
Right. We're gonna kick off Giving Tuesday, and it's to raise funds to continue this amazing work that we're doing.
Right.
Right. So again, if you are interested in financially supporting our mission, financially supporting the work that we're doing, talk with Curtis, talk with myself, and reach out to us. We will gladly sit down, speak with you, talk about the future of the Neighbor Project and how you can have that impact with us.
Absolutely. I was recently at Alderman Carl Franco, the 5th Ward Alderman, at his neighborhood meeting and sharing what the Neighbor Project does with attendees and also with APD there as well. So that was great. If there are any neighborhood groups that have not yet attended City Council, let me know and I will be there. 9:27 is the time. As we wrap this up, I want to say thank you very much to David for coming on. David has agreed to be my guest host. We're going to settle that in, right?
Yes, sir.
For as many, starting on the third Thursday of the month. Now, as you know, we also have Tasha Moss of the FEC leading discussions as well. Taisi Rodriguez of the FEC will be joining those discussions as well. So Thursdays, when it comes to home ownership, resources for you and your family, how to save money and reduce debt, you found it once again here on Good Morning Aurora. I hope that all of you folks have a great day, a positive day, and an uplifting rest of the week as we head into the weekend. Right now, Buenos Dias Aurora is going to begin, Aurora's first bilingual news podcast. And this morning, the guest is going to be Viviana Vargas, realtor, and also a member of the Neighbor Project Board. Take care of yourself and each other.
Feeling bullied by your bank?
Hey, I got a random overdraft fee.
You've reached our main menu. If you're disputing an overdraft fee, please press 4. Or just hang up and call back tomorrow.
Are you pretending to be a robot?
Goodbye.
Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start banking where you matter. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
YEP gives me a lot of hope for the future, not just here locally, but as those kids go out into the world and they share their perspectives and their passions, it's going to be infectious. It's going to spread. So they're just an amazing organization that sets their partners and this community up for success.